Hi there, this is Eric.
Hey, this is Spencer.
Today we're going to do the first lesson and we're going to show you a little bit about picking a topic that you can build your site around, getting keywords, and buying a domain. Seems pretty simple, but this is a pretty interesting exercise that Spence and I are going to go through. It started out with Spence asking me today about some of my hobbies, and I showed him my gardens in the backyard and told him that I just this year actually started gardening, and it's because I figured out a concept after doing a little research about how to make really small gardens, above ground type gardens in these little square foot boxes. So I got really interested in that, and Spencer said, hey, why don't we just build a site on gardening, and that's what we're going to use as our topic to show you about how to get your site going. Now what's important here is he asked me something that I was kind of passionate about, that I've had really a lot of fun with. I pull lettuce every day out of my garden, and something I'm really interested in. So that's a key point. When you pick a topic, you want to pick a topic with, and there's 3 criteria for picking a particular topic. You don't have to meet all 3 of them, but if you hit all 3 of them, then you've got yourself a grand slam. So in your niche or your topic, pick something where people's behaviors tend to be compulsive passion. So they have compulsive passion about this particular item. They have an immediate need, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Or they also have little or no other choices. They feel trapped, and so let's explain. Why don't you explain to them what those 3 things mean?
Yeah, you probably think like a garden isn't something that is a compulsive passion, and so when I spoke with Eric, he said he has an organic garden. And so if you kind of look at it that way, a person that has an organic garden become very passionate about that, and that's something that they absolutely need and they want. They have the desire to have that food on their table. And as far as like that immediate need, you have 2 choices. You go to a store, or you go to a market and get it yourself, or you grow it at your place, at your home. And
in my case, part of the reason that drove me to go to an organic garden, there's 2 things. One, my son was recovering from cancer. He had brain cancer, and we were interested in building his immune system, so we wanted organic foods. The second thing is, with the economy changing, we also had a desire to grow our own food and take control of our own life. Could you trust the markets out there? We just kind of felt this immediate need to make some choices, and there really was no other choice but to go to the store and buy it and trust that they're organic, or do it ourselves.
Yeah. So the first thing we had him do is go to Google, since Google is the source on the internet, and start typing in things like garden, and seeing what the competition, and seeing what we should go for. And so if we just type in gardening like that, we're going to see how many results pop up.
Okay.
And we've got over 60 million.
Look right here, 60 million results for gardening.
I mean, there's no way we can compete with that. And so from there, we say, okay, well, let's narrow it down. And so Google has created this tool that's just unbelievable. So if you go into the Google browser and you type in keyword tool,
right here,
what you're going to find, is Google's keyword tool that they use for running all of their ads.
Right there.
It's in their AdWords account. So right here, you're going to type in whatever that keyword may be. So if we go to gardening. And then
I have to type this, don't I?
Yeah.
There we go. Get keywords. Now we're also picking here descriptive words and phrases, not website content. So you're gonna probably have to describe what that is in a minute.
Yeah. So now we've got different areas that are showing. We've got the keywords on the far left. We've got the advertiser competition. And when a bar is fully filled in, that means there's a lot of competition. And then the third column is the actual search volume of this month, and the last column is what's taking place globally. And so if we go down, there's a criteria that I like to follow for finding out for sure what a good market is.
What is that?
And so the criteria is, I like to see between 50,000 and 100,000 searches for that keyword.
Is that for the topic that we pick, or is that after we narrow it down?
For the topic that we're picking, and it's typically have to be narrowed down because gardening has, You know, if we go to global monthly, that's 2,740,000. So we definitely have to find something that is narrowing it down between that 50 and 100,000.
So maybe, well, is organic gardening good because it's a little bit high?
Organic gardening would work, and that's actually a phrase, and you know, that's more of an irrational passion type thing.
Yeah, that's true. There's more passion around organic gardening than just maybe plain old vegetable gardening.
Yeah.
I would think, just because people that want organic foods are looking for a health reason. There's a health tied to it.
Yeah. So let's go up to the top and type in organic gardening.
Okay. Get keywords.
All right. Now this, I mean, it has quite a bit, 135,000, but throughout the organic gardening, there's several sub niches. So if you kind of think of it, we started at gardening, and then we dropped down into like a sub niche, or actually a niche, which is like organic gardening, and then below, if you look, you know, organic gardening or like any of these, you know.
Container gardening.
Yeah, organic container gardening.
That's a lot more what I'm interested in, because what got me interested in gardening was the fact that I had this little 6x6 box.
Yeah.
And something I could get my arms around. I didn't have to worry about owning a farm or having all these tools. It was really simple.
So then you went from like 60 million to like 135,000, and then you break it down to something that's very, very small.
A niche.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a very targeted niche with people that are very passionate about it.
So what Spence and I learned when we did this exercise the first time was that organic gardening is big, and there's a lot of people out there with websites and whatnot. So we had to spend some time playing around with the keywords and figuring out what domains were available.
Yeah.
So you start with a topic, which gardening. Then you narrow it down to a niche, which in our case is going to be organic gardening. And I'm going to find actually a domain in this niche. I don't know if this is the time we get into the domains, or we still...
Yeah, we can do that. And then after the niche, you're going to find a sub-niche, something that's even more focused and targeted.
And for us, it's either the container gardening, something like that. But what we picked, actually what I really liked, was the word abovegroundgarden.com.
Yeah. That's cool.
So we went out and saw that was available after doing some searches. And where do you go then to find things that are available?
Yeah, we're going to go to GoDaddy. If we go to the top, let's bounce to the other screen for just 1 second.
And GoDaddy or something else?
Yeah, go to GoDaddy. And while he's typing in the domain name, you'll notice on the Google keyword tool, you have two options. You can type in a keyword, or you can type in an actual website address. And so if he scrolls up to the top of this, if you find a website that you'd like, but you're not sure what keywords to use, just type in the domain and it'll tell you those keywords.
So like above?
So organicgardening.com.
Okay. Organicgardening.com. And what is that telling me? Oh, it's telling me the keywords that site uses.
That site uses, yeah.
Okay, that's great.
And so you're able to get some really good information without having to do a ton of research, and it's helping you figure things out. Exactly.